Okay, so I'm gonna change my switch. I'm gonna start speaking only English. Okay, I'm gonna start speaking only English, and let me put my camera back where it belongs. All right, so I'm back to a small size, and there you go. Well, everyone, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Let me just send some links because I know that some people haven't joined yet. All right. Hello, hello, hello. All right, let me just share this for okay. Okay. Good evening, Mr. Axel. Good evening. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I know some of you were in the All right, let me just send the message to the intermediate groups because I know that they might be waiting for this, okay? If you were in the Telegram group, well, you have that advantage. But all right. Welcome everyone. So welcome. 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, so I just sent all the messages. Let me get back on Instagram for a few moments. Okay. There you go. We're beginning this English session. And this is going to be 100% in English, and I just have a question for you guys. Were you able to watch the master class this morning? Let me just change my documents because I was in the... All right, let me just close this. Let me close this. All right. There you go. Okay. Here we are. So, you have one, let's say you have like a homework, okay? If you haven't watched, listen, if you haven't watched the masterclass 1, you have to go watch it, and it's going to be available here. Okay? You have to go and watch it. All right? And I was supposed to send you guys a workbook, but it's not going to be available yet because we had a little situation, and I hope you guys understand. We had a little situation. There you go. Okay. So we had a little situation in the other group because one of the links was messed up. So so I apologize because look, let me show you something. let me show you something. Okay? Here's the workbook. Okay? Here's the workbook. But I haven't been able to how would I say? I haven't been able to send it, you know? But it's here and I'll upload it in a moment. All right? So let me see if I have workbook 1 here. All right, this is workbook 1. Okay. See, that's me editing. Let me close the laptop. And let's begin this Q&A session. Okay, yeah, I hope you can. All right. There you go. So, I have a question for everyone now that you're here. I have a question for you guys. Could you participate in the speaking club? You know, because before this session, there were speaking activities. So I want to know, okay? I want to know if any of you were already practicing. How can you complete the workbook? I recommend you complete it on your notebook, you know? You just have to write down the questions and we're going to do it together, you know? So use your workbook, okay? You know, use your notebook, write the questions, and let's answer these things together. All right, yeah, but let me know who was in the speaking club. Who was in the speaking club? Look, how many people were already practicing? Yes, I did it. It was great. It was really good. I couldn't. Hey, why not? I mean, what's going on? If you're intermediate, if you're advanced, if you're intermediate, you need to be in the speaking club. So I hope to see you tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow, we're going to have another speaking club. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Okay? I was working. I couldn't because I was in Spanish class. Okay? I was in the Spanish class. Guys, it was fantastic. Someone got off. Oh my gosh, guys. All right. So, super important. You have to do 2 things. Okay? Watch the master class and get ready to attend these to attend the speaking clubs. Okay? In the morning, we took notes, and here are the notes. So if you want, you can check the notes, okay? Axel, how can I access that information? I just sent you this. If you access here, you're going to access to this. And guys, look, you have until the countdown gets to 0. So you watch the master class, right? It's right here. And here's where you can access the material. Okay, there you go. Could you see that? Easy, or was it complicated? Guys, it's not necessary to send me the answers yet. At the end of the week, I'm going to send a quiz. You know, I'm going to send a quiz. Probably it's going to be something super simple, like in a Google form. And then you're going to send it to me. You know, the speaking club the workbooks are going to guide you during the event. But then we're going to get to the quiz. Once you complete the quiz, you're going to be able to, once you complete the quiz, you're going to get your certificate. Okay? So you don't have, again, if you want to upload it on social media, that would be amazing. You know, upload it on social media, and then if you want, you can tag me. But the most important is the quiz. Why? So let me ask that question to you guys. Why is the most important thing the quiz? All right. Why is the most important thing the quiz? people on Instagram, I'm gonna say bye to people on Instagram because I'm gonna post a picture. I'm gonna post a picture on Instagram, okay? Give me a moment, but tell me, you tell me. My phone is gonna die, so before my phone dies, I want to upload the picture. My phone is gonna die. Okay. I'll try to be back in a moment, but we are on YouTube. Guys on Instagram, get on YouTube. Okay? Because we're already on YouTube, okay? See you. Okay. Why do you think the most important is the quiz that we're gonna send at the end of the event? I'm seeing no activity in the chat. Is it just me? Let me know. Let me know, guys, what questions you have. Sponsored by Apple. Yeah. Sponsored by Apple, yeah, because we need the devices to be on point. All right, actually I have another workbook 1 in there. The questions are in Spanish. So Emilia, you're having the workbook 1 of the event in Spanish, because remember there are two events. You know, you're gonna have the event you're gonna have event in the English and event in Spanish. Okay? See? So probably you're doing both. So you were gonna probably do both are you gonna do both events? Are you gonna do both? All right, I did the podcast of mastery. I just got here. The skills are the abilities. I mean, expand. Gerson Isaac Olmedo, expand. What do you mean abilities? Hey, guys, I just showed you. Sorry. Workbook 1, I haven't uploaded yet. I'm going to do it right now with you because it was on one file and it's not on the other file. Okay, just give me one moment for the next workbook 1, okay? Do you understand? Give me just one moment. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I have no. Yeah, wait. I remember. I haven't sent it to you guys yet. But here you have the questions, okay? Look here, we have the questions, so we're going to be answering this one. Okay? So, give me one moment. Like I said, I just have to send a picture. A picture for you guys. There you go. Cool. That is why I couldn't find it. Yeah, because I haven't sent it. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, look. I'm uploading the picture. Actually, I'm so confused by the two groups, but I want to stay by here only in the English group. So you need to leave the activities and you need to guide yourself with this. I mean, here, you know, if you go here, you're going to have all the things in English. Okay, this is something we sent out today, and I recommend you be in the Telegram group. Okay, but you decide. I mean, if it's complicated for you, but I think it's just organizing yourself. If you're able to organize yourself in both groups, okay. All right, because I want to improve my speaking much more. Because now, okay. All right. People are calling me. See, people. I don't know why people are calling me while I'm in class. I'm so sorry if you were calling me. I couldn't answer. All right. And this is it. This is what we're gonna do. But first of all, this is not the quiz. This is a workbook. This is what's gonna help us understand the information that we saw from from the master class. Okay, so the first question is, why do you want to improve your English, right? And people are answering. Okay, people are answering. Okay, so you have homework. One of the activities you have to do is comment on that post. You want to comment on that post. All right. Look, I was about to upload it, but it's not there yet. So you'll have it, but here it is. Okay. You can watch the hacks and you can watch the master class. All right? Guys, by the way, the workbook is not in the folder yet, but like I'm showing you here, you're going to be able to access the folder. Okay? Veep group is just for Spanish. Yes, sir. Okay. So here I'm going to take my notes. I'm 100% now with you. Okay. This is for the next day, okay? Day 2. So because it's in a folder and it's not in your folder, it's in my folder. So workbook 1, I will upload it soon. We have it here. And I'm gonna do it right now because if not, I know that you're gonna be confused. So let me just download it. File, download, PDF, and then I'll put it in the folder, okay? Boom. Because people keep on asking. There you go. All right, so check out. I'm gonna put English. I'm gonna put, whoops, and rename English workbook. Okay. Now you can find it. This is day 1. No, I'm just don't get confused. The rest of the content here is for day 2. Sorry. Okay. Wait a sec. I think we stopped here. Okay. There you go. Cool. Here we are. Okay. If you have only chance to practice on Saturdays, I'll see you on Saturday. Saturday, we're going to have 2 long hours. Okay? We're going to have 2 long hours. So, get ready. So here it is. Here's the workbook 1. Okay? Now, do you have a workbook? Okay. All right. Good. Great, guys. So let's do the next thing. Okay? While I take some notes on some things, for you guys, you only have 3 master classes. Okay? You're going to have 3 master classes, and on Sunday we have our closing event. Okay? So, I think Friday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, you will be able to complete the quiz. Okay? You give in the quiz, and then you're gonna get your certificate. Okay? And I know that some of you are gonna ask me, hey Axel, can you make that bigger? Absolutely, I can. There you go. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have dinner till you start this series. Okay. I'm starting. I mean, remember, this is Q&A. You have to ask me the questions. I already sent you the quiz. I sent you the workbook. So guys, it's time for you to send me your questions, okay? But what I need to know is, did you watch masterclass number 1? What questions do you have? What did we focus on this masterclass is about skills, right? Because that's the next question. The next question is, what is the crossed exercise? Okay? What is the crossed exercise? What did you understand? Okay? That's what I'm gonna need. The drive link, yeah, make sure. I mean, are you having some problems? Couch, be careful because I see in the comments that you put couch. No, couch, be careful with couch and coach. Coach is trainer. Okay? Be careful. Be careful what? This is it, okay? Let's look at, for one moment, let's look at coach. I don't know why you're saying coach is a trainer. Coach is trainer. The other one is couch. Couch is like a sofa. But you also have flights. Okay. All right. You should get here. Look. This is it. Yes, we're going to talk about speaking guides, but I think you already know these speaking guides. You should have used them in the speaking club right now. This is the crossed exercise, and this is something that's going to evaluate us. On one side, the skills that we have, but like I said in the morning, speaking, listening, reading, writing are not skills. Speaking, listening, reading, writing are areas where we're going to organize skills. Okay? So that's why you want to be careful with that. Now, these are skills, right? These are skills. And that's where, okay? In the next question is, what is this cross exercise and what are skills? If you haven't signed up for the English, you have to register to get those emails. Okay? Look, again, most questions are because people are still confused about the event, but let me, yeah, I'll send the Telegram group right now, but it's right below. Look. There you go. That's Telegram. More speaking practice. I mean, you're going to have a lot of speaking practice. Let me show you. Wait a second. Okay, guys, look. So check this out. In this page here, you're going to have the chronogram, right? I'm going to send this to you. Here you have all the speaking practice sessions. Okay? So you decide to which one are you going to join. Okay? Yes, the master class, the next master class is on July 28th. Okay? July 28th. Tomorrow you're going to have speaking practice. Okay? So for people that are asking me about event stuff and things like that, I mean, I think now you should have all the information. If you don't have all that, if you don't have the information, I mean, you can keep asking later, okay? So let's go back to this cross exercise. This is gonna be a self-evaluation. On one side, you're gonna look at the information and you say, how many of these things do I know? How many words do I know? Remember, that was one of the questions that I did in the master class. How many words do you think you know? Okay? How many words do you think you know? Okay? So that's my question. How many words do you think you know? And in the workbook, you're gonna have those answers. Okay, you're gonna have to answer, because that's when I said, okay, how many words does an average native person know? Okay, how many words does an average native person know? How many words do you know? Okay. English workbook. Here you go. Yeah. Yes, the schedule is in Colombian time. Okay? So, one side I have workbook. Look, how many words does the average native speaker know? So here in the cross exercise, you want to look at these things, okay? You say, how many words do I know of this? How many common verbs do I know? How many connectors? How many phrasal verbs? How many stuff like this? How many order words? You know, because this is a number, okay? This is a number, but this is quality. So here you're going to say, look at the question, at the areas. Well, you can look at these areas first, but these are the skills that you want to try to understand. Questioning. Are you good at asking questions? Are you good at asking questions? Do you think you're excellent at asking questions? Would you be able to ask questions to the President of the United States? Would you be able to ask, I don't know, because for example, everyone here, I'm going to say you're going to have like a 10% in questions. Okay? Because you're not asking questions. And this is Q&A. You ask questions, I should answer, right? Okay. Stories. How many stories do you know? Right? Do you like to tell? Are you capable of telling stories in English? Tomorrow in the speaking club, I want you to tell a story to your partner. Okay? To the whoever is your partner. Okay? And that's what I told you. One of the problems that intermediate students and advanced students have is that they have fluency, or they have a lot of knowledge, but it's not a lot. You know, you need much more. You need much more vocabulary, and you need to go you need to at least learn, at least learn 3,000 words every year. Okay? What is the cross exercise? This is the cross exercise. When you self-evaluate yourself, you're going to do a self-evaluation on these things. Okay? Skills and information. On skills on one side and knowledge on the other side. Okay? What is the meaning of GISI? This is master class number 2, so ignore that one. GISI is in the master class number 2, so ignore it. Okay? So questioning and storytelling. Are you good at telling stories? Probably yes, probably no. Okay. So skills basically is what you can do with your knowledge. You know, a skill is something external, and the knowledge is something internal. Make sense? Okay. Skills is something external, and knowledge is something internal. Okay. You need a combination of both in order to be, I think, successful in life. I think to get a job, it's not about the information you know. It's not about how much you know. It's about what you can do with what you know. So that's where you want to focus. You want to develop these skills. So if you're not good at telling stories, guess where you want to focus? You don't want to focus in learning more grammar. You want to focus in learning stories. You know, get a book and start reading stories. So let me show you something. Something fell. Let me show you. So I broke something else. Okay. Can you see this? Look. These are my books. And these are English books. Okay, can you see? This book, this is Harry Potter. This book has over 100,000 words. Okay? See? This one, I don't know how many words, but these are fat books. Can you see? Those are fat books. People like to watch movies. So the next time, now you're going to watch a movie with an intention to share what you're watching. So I sent the homework and I told you guys to listen to a podcast. So tell me, I want you to write something long, at least a couple, like 4 or 5 lines. What was the podcast about? If you heard a podcast, what was the podcast about? Alejandra. So that happens. That happens if people are like lost, right? So I sent an activity. I told you wanna listen to a podcast today, and tell me, what was your podcast about? What did you learn? So Carla has a question for me. What do you think about the current management of the pandemic around the world? That's your question. Okay? In my opinion, again, I'm going to say it's my opinion. It's no facts. It's a situation we haven't lived before, and governments aren't always the best in our countries. So what I think we have to do is like focus on what we can control. You know, that's my opinion. If governments are telling us right now to get vaccines, so be it, right? Go get your vaccine. If you don't want to get a vaccine, again, So don't do it. But you just can't live afraid of that, right? You just can't be afraid of COVID and stuff like that. I didn't even feel COVID because I work online. So I heard a podcast about food. Expand. All right. So the podcast was about food, but tell me more. My podcast was about business wars. Tell me more. I was not able to hire a job in English as a customer service agent in a company called Excel because I have developed speaking ability. So you need more speaking, right? Okay. Masia, you searched for it Google. It was about planes, some vocabulary of fly passengers. Expand, guys, expand. Tell me more. I need like a piece of text like this. And that's what that's where I can notice that we're having problems with writing, right? My podcast was about ADHD. It's about memory disdained. Okay? So, do you want me to share what is GISINI? You wanna heads up. You want me to tell, because this is gonna help you organize your writing and your conversations in a better way, in a professional way. Okay? Can you listen to my daughter? She's crying. Okay, wait a sec. I think people are writing about the podcast, I suppose, so you can send that to me. Tell me more about the podcast, you know? And I'll tell you about GISINI if you want a heads up. Okay? GISINI. It was about Mary Barra, the first woman to get into General Motor Company and change everything there. GM got in ruins, and President Obama said that the real problem was leadership failure. Domingo, that's what I wanted, an answer like that, you know? Can it be learn a book about something as business? Yeah, I mean, you can, look, what I said, remember what I said. If you want to increase your skills, you want to increase your input. One way is listening. Another way is reading. There's going to be a point when you have to eat books. Okay, you want to consume books faster because you want to have that input faster. When is it important to start with grammar rules? I mean, the more you consume English, the more you can understand grammar in context. So that's the most important thing, understanding grammar in context. I like that question. You know, when is it important to start with grammar? Okay? It's important when you need to communicate via written mediums. Okay? This is when it's super important because, and the facts are that, look, this fact is super important. 70%, probably 80% of English, like corporate communications are written. So it's gonna be important, but you need to have a foundation of vocabulary. You know, that's what I was telling the other groups. You want to have a foundation of vocabulary, so grammar is gonna make sense. But you can't start with grammar and then go to the vocabulary. That's gonna make things really difficult. Okay? I listened to a podcast about 2 university students. They talked about going out on the weekend. They wanted to go to the cinema. They talked about the choices they had for the movies. Maritza, thank you. Where can I find podcasts? You can find the podcasts on podcast apps. So you just have to go look for podcast apps. So, okay, Marita Reynoso. Okay, you did that. All right. So that's what I need you to understand. In order so that grammar makes sense, you want to have a foundation of vocabulary. And again, that foundation needs to be at least, believe me, you want to have at least 3,000 vocabulary words in phrases. And this is what I recommend. You want to learn phrases. You don't want to learn words by words or rules. You want to learn phrases so that you're able to communicate. Okay? And that's my recommendation. Okay? What does GISINI mean? Okay? Are you ready? Do you want to know what's GISINI? My podcast was about a girl that shared her experience like someone that had attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and the way which she discovered that. It's any podcast. It's not a specific podcast. I recommend it's of your interest, you know? So are you ready for GISINI? So I want to know, guys, I need you to put in the chat. I need you to chat. I need you to write, because that's how we're going to interact. You know, if like written mediums are one of the ways that you're going to learn, you know. If you're able to write down what you're thinking, you're going to be able to communicate in the spoken ways, okay? So, are you ready? Put I'm ready to learn about GISINI. I listened to a podcast about a book that I really like that gives opinions, reviews, points of view, and other things for people who are just going to read it, and also for those who already read it. What was the book? See, Gaby Intriago, I have questions. You know, like you heard a podcast about a book, but what was the book? The podcast was about food. So the girl talked about her experience with food. She said that she hated fish for a particular smell it has. Look, Domingo said he learned 50 new words in the podcast, like listening to podcasts. Okay. All right, people are ready. So here it goes. GISINI means, this is gonna be so simple, you know. For some of you, it's gonna be. So this means general information, specific information, and new information. Okay. In fact, I think I have a format. Who was it? Let me show you a format that I have. Okay. Give it to us. What do you want me to give you? Okay. So, okay, guys, I'm gonna explain this 5 minutes, and if you have questions, we're gonna answer some questions, you know, all kinds of questions that you might have of the event, of this or that. But remember, I'm gonna expand more of GISI in masterclass number 2. So guys, here it goes. GISINI. It's a way to organize the information you have. GI means general information, SI means specific information, NI means new information. When you're listening to a podcast, when you're listening or you're reading a book, when you're having a conversation, you want to organize the information in this way. And it's like all the information is limited. You know, it's not like you have unlimited information. So everything you're going to be able to count. If it's a master class, if it's a talk, if it's a meeting, you can really get all the information. So depending on how much knowledge you know, you're going to find things like, okay, the podcast was easy, you know, because I know business and it was about business. So there wasn't a lot of new information, new vocabulary, right? It was easy. This is easy, you know, because there's a lot of general information. What happens when there's a lot of specific information? It's a technical content. You know, I'm talking about content. So if it's a lot of specific, what happens when there's too much new information? If there are too many new words, you're going to get lost, you know, because you're not going to understand. So there's no comprehension. That's why my recommendation is things that are like, at least for this level, you know, you want to go like this. It could be more new information. It could be more specific information if you want to learn. But then you want to organize that. You want to organize in 3 categories. For example, I'm going to open up CNN News. We're going to open up CNN News. I'm going to open up an article, okay? Let me see what you guys are saying. One about digital marketing, other of English class. That another guy who speaks 200 words per hour in order to practice my listening, but understand only about 10%, but actually I feel it's helping me. Per second or per minute? I would suppose there are 200 words per minute, not per second, Carla. Can we have that file? Not yet. All right, so look. It's easy. I mean, it's not that difficult, okay? So I'm going to open any document. I haven't seen this before. I mean, any article on news, okay? What is ROC? Here's what to know about the Olympics, okay? Probably it's going to sound. Sometimes these videos start sounding. Let me know if something's sounding. Okay. All right. So, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to copy. Okay, copy paste. Okay. So I have a question for you. The general information is what you know about the Olympics. What do you know about the Olympics? Because this is something that's trending or it's news, everybody knows that the Olympics are happening right now. Okay? But that's what we know. I don't know how many sports there are. I know, for example, I like judo, but believe me, I've been so busy I haven't watched like nothing of the Olympics, right? So I just know that it's happening. When I go to specific things, I'm going to details. You know, this is the main idea. This is details. These are new words, expressions, sounds, phrases, or whatever. Okay? So, look, from this sentence, what is like new information for you? Okay? This applies to your personal level. This doesn't apply in a like group. This applies to you. From this article, gymnasts from Team ROC posed with the gold medal after winning the men's team final on day 3 of the Tokyo Olympic Games. So I don't know what's Team ROC, but I suppose that's the Russian team. Okay? What is ROC? Here's what you know about Russia in the Olympics. I don't know exactly what it is, but let's keep on reading, okay? So I'm going to keep on reading, and look, it stands for Russian Olympic Committee, okay? So there you go. That's what ROC is. So now, for me, this was new information, but new information doesn't mean it's difficult information. I mean, at least not all the time, okay? All right, but it's not the Russian team. It's the Russian Olympic Committee. Okay, could you please explain what were hypothetical tense? Luis, I'm not focusing on that right now because we're focusing on GISI, NI, and I don't know why that would be important right now for this class. Where can I share the answers to questions? Those, like I said, I'm gonna send the quiz later, and then you're gonna complete the quiz, and that's where you're gonna answer the things. The workbooks are just for you to have a guide. Okay. They can't compete with the name Russia. I didn't know. All right. And it's essentially a loophole that allows Russian athletes to compete in the Olympics while their country is banned from the games because of its doping scandal. So here, again, what of these words is new to you? Do you know what's a loophole? Probably a loophole is new. So what you're going to do is you're going to color that, because that's what you're going to say. What color represents? You can use that, or you can write it in a different area. But basically, you want to say, okay, this color is new information. This is specific information. Okay, green. And general information is going to be blue, okay? It's right, blue. So you have general information, blue, specific information, green, and kind of yellowish, orange, new information. ROC, new information. It's a new name for the team because they're banned. They are banned from the Olympics. But the Olympics, I know that's general information. This is about the Russian team, okay? Specific information, again, this can become specific information. And specific information, I think, was green. All right, let's put it green. So this is what you want to do. You want to start organizing information in this way. But this is not only reading, it's also in a conversation. When you have a conversation, if you want people to understand you better, you want to talk in this way. You want to start with the main idea. What is this about? Again, like I said, it could be a reading, it could be a video, it could be a story. Start with the general information, main idea. So it's easier for people to have context. Then you can give some facts. Like I said, my name is Axel. I'm an English teacher, and then I'm going to give you more details. So for example, I'm 28 years old. I'm living in Medellin. I start giving you more details. New information of Axel. It's not difficult, but I would say that I'm married. I have 2 daughters, and I really enjoy what I do. Okay? All right? So that probably is new information for you. Does new information mean it's complicated? No, not really. Okay? So that's what you want to do. You want to start organizing the information so that it's easier for you to remember, to recall. Okay? So if we're going back to the Olympics, let's keep reading. It says, there are some specific rules the ROC has to follow to make clear it is not representing the country of Russia. But first, a reminder on how Russia got here in the first place. Inside the Russian doping ban, in 2019, the World Anti-Doping Agency banned Russia from all international sporting competitions, including the Olympics, for 4 years over doping non-compliance. The punishment was related to inconsistencies in data retrieved by WADA in January 2019 from the Moscow lab at the Center of 2016 report that uncovered the widespread and sophisticated state-sponsored sports doping network. WADA's compliance review committee suggested sanctions because the Russian Anti-Doping Agency failed to fully cooperate during probes into the country's sports. Last year, the court arbitration for sport cut Russia's ban in half to 2 years following an appeal. The ban now ends in December 16, 2020. Until then, Russian athletes are not able to compete under the country's name, flag, and national anthem at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics rescheduled to this summer. So, if I keep reading, I'm gonna know more. Okay, so guys, that's what is GISI. It's a way that you're able to organize information by general information, specific information, new information. You can process that information, and like in the input, you can retain the information with this structure, and then in the output, I recommend also you give it in this way. If you structure like that, it's gonna be easier for you to communicate. Okay. So let me add one more thing. Here it is. Okay. Look. To develop a new skill, you need to put a structure on it. You know, you put a structure, you're going to practice, 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 following a structure, following a method, you know, a step by step. You repeat that over and over and over and over again, and then you're going to develop a skill, and it's going to be second nature. So this is the summary of this first part of the class, okay? Is Venom black metal? I don't know why you're asking that. I don't even know what's Venom. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure is Venom black metal. I don't know what you're asking me. Okay. Hi, Axel. It's rude if I only give a specific info about a question, or I have to explain all details about topics. That depends. That depends. Look, that depends on the conversation. But this is how you should deliver things and you need to be aware, because sometimes you're gonna have a person in front of you that doesn't have the same knowledge that you have. You know, in order for you to communicate efficiently and effectively, you want to have a structure in your communication. You know, when I begin with general information, it's easier for you to create context. When I present some details, it starts to get somewhat complicated. If I present too many details, you know, for example, in this case, they're talking about the Russian team as a general team. If they would have given us their names, you know, specific each name of each member of the team, it would be super complicated to remember all of those names. Here, I'm reading your names: Maria Carmen Vasquez Fernandez, Edward US, Desparchada 87, Thrash GXD, I don't know what, okay? Eva De Lasso. What would you do if you not have someone to practice? What would be a method to output the new vocabulary I have learned? Writing. You need to write, okay? You need to write, okay? So again, okay? So that's my recommendation, okay? It's gonna depend of the situation, it's gonna depend of the context, but we're gonna understand the different applications GI, SI, NI has, okay? Guys, that's it. That's it for tonight, okay? You're gonna learn the vocabulary depending on the reading. I mean, specific vocabulary, it's gonna depend on those details. See, for example, a detail. When did the Russian team get the ban and why? Those are details. When, it says that in 2016. How many? 100 athletes. See, those are specific things. So specific doesn't mean specific vocabulary. Specific means specific information that becomes details, okay? Specific details that you're gonna obtain from reading or finding something like that, okay? New information, like I said, you can color it. You're gonna find, okay, you're gonna find loophole. What does loophole mean, right? What does ROC mean? What's doping scandal? What is doping scandal? Okay, let me color this one. I would say that is that's like yellowish orange. Okay, what is the doping scandal? So yeah, guys, remember the things are here. You know, here are the material. Here I put the workbook. Let's wrap up and let's look at the workbook once again, okay? Let's look at here. So, what did you learn today? Guys, I would recommend you answer this one on my Instagram post, okay? Answer this one on my Instagram post. What did you learn today? Like I said, I shared an Instagram picture, you know, like okay, look. This picture. Go comment in that picture. What did you learn today? Okay? What did you learn today? Because I said if we get to 500 comments on that Instagram post, I'm gonna give you a present, a surprise, something special. Yes, exactly. Aldair Camargo. With the new information, you want to research. You want to find out what it means. Look here. Here we organized from an article. Look, here's the article that we read, Getting Fit. And here it says, okay, specific information, da-da-da. But here we focused on the new information of the third paragraph because we were going paragraph by paragraph. Once you have this, you want to find, you can make a list, you can make a list of notes, see, other notes, and you can start looking for the meaning of stuff, okay? Again, masterclass number 2, you're going to understand how you're going to be able to retain more in order to be much more productive in your learning. Guys, thank you so much. Again, thank you so much for being in this class for intermediate and advanced. Thank you so much for all the questions you guys asked. I hope next class you have more questions because master class number 2 is going to get good. Master class number 2, you don't want to miss master class number 2. Master class number 2, I'm going to show you more applications of GSI-NI. GISINI. Okay? Loophole doesn't only mean that. It can have different meanings. Okay? It can have more meanings. Guys, thank you so much. I'm leaving now. It's been a long day, and tomorrow we have another day. Okay? So, like I said, go comment on the post so that's going to make other people know that, oh my gosh, this is real information, this is good information, or it's not. Guys, you are the best. Thank you so much. Thank you for the subtitles that people are sending there. Okay, thank you so much. It's been great. Believe me. I'll see you tomorrow. The last post on Instagram, it's the one that I'm smiling and I'm showing a flashcard. Go comment on that post and you're gonna you're gonna get a breakthrough and you're gonna kill it, guys. We're having an amazing event. So this is just day 1. Get ready and remember, this ends on Sunday. So I want to see you on Sunday. Have a great night and I'll see you later. Ciao, ciao.